you were when you were in West Africa, right? You actually built a company which actually was generating six figure revenue, and then you sold your company to actually move continents, right? How did walking away from something you built with sweat and blood feel like?
This is an interesting one. The real story about it, we did acquire some company too. So for us, it was like, okay, being acquired too is like, it's the entire flow of the company. That company was a consulting firm. It was a consulting services. We did acquire some software shop, from DevOps shop in Africa to actually start scaling. And we did scale from West Africa to actually have customer in Europe, France, and also in Poland. And then now we just got acquired by a bigger consulting firm. I was like, okay, guys, yes, you guys have the capability. You guys are really good in tech. Then come work with us. Yeah, for me, it wasn't walking out of that. It was more like, it's all about this impact. You will see that in my career. It's more like, if we enable the impact, if we are able to actually if the impact is right there, if I can see the impact, if I can measure it at that time, I feel like I did my job. I feel like this has been open, this has been enabled, then I can move to the next one.
Yes, I think impact ultimately it's I think all that's a very entrepreneurial mindset, right? That you work towards impact, and that's where you try to maximize the impact you can make in your lifetime, right? That's yeah. I think even I run on that. If you
That is
think of your last yeah, if you think of your last 15 years, right,
Mhm.
of working, what has been your biggest failure till now?
Well, I would say I would have been I should have connect with people more. Has been my biggest I would say bottleneck. I'm a geek, so geek nerd. We stay on ours in our corner. You
Yeah,
give us problem, we try to fix it. Don't ask us any question. Just give us the problem. You come back 2 days later, you have the solution. Or will they email you and then you have the solution. As
right.
when I was working in big company, I was more like an IC, individual contributors. Like people call me like the special force. Like, if something is going wrong, just call Serge. He will fix it and then will disappear. You will not see him around. No, he can be fixed and then move on. That was this characteristic that I learned. My During those 15 years, I would have say, if I would have been more like lean more in my network, lean more in the people having solid relationship, build relationship early on, that would have been open me way more doors to actually have better impact.
Right, right. I think yeah, that's very solid advice coming from, from someone who's been through all of that. You've worked in big companies, you've worked in startups, and I think networking is something which all everyone who's very software or very problem solution oriented. We're inherently introverts, and I think I also started like that, and I was an introvert. I also think that yeah, and for anyone who's listening right now who's just starting their career or in their initial parts of their journey, network, we cannot stress more on how important it is to network throughout your way, right? You don't know.
I really want to double down on that again. If I In the current era where we are right now, internet is so wide open. Connection, I would say, noise are everywhere. Being able In the past, people say build and then people will find you. I was like, no. Or be good and then somebody will discover you. Yes,
Right.
that was in the past. Nowadays, you can't. Like, the noise is everywhere. People can fake everything. So you need to go out and then you need to develop your network. Somebody need to reference you. Somebody need to talk about you. Somebody need to say, hey, I'll vouch for this guy because yes, he did that. So this is your main challenge right now. That's why even in in startup, people will say distribution is a new problem. It's not the technical aspect anymore.